Okay, well, you guys see this. Okay, so shared by the African Fast Zone, they says Namibia will start providing free education in universities and tertiary institutions starting from 2026. Hi. This is something great happening in Namibia. The name is Vadashi. Welcome to Vadashi Studios. Well, we are always discussing Africa, continents, and then the world at large. And today we are on Namibia. Well, Namibia, guess what? The Namibian US president is saying that there's going to be a free tertiary and university education in the year 2026. How huge is this? Big congratulations to Namibia and the government and the good people of Namibia too. Big congratulations. This is huge. This is so much huge. Well, I'm actually impressed with this one. Well, let's see how some African people actually thinks about this news. Okay, well, let's see. So this one came in and says women can have governance rights. Okay, and Nigerian out here saying that women can actually have governance or governance rights. Again, this one says we are a little bit ahead of our African brothers. We are doing fine. Okay, well, that's cool, though. That's good. Well, we will actually catch up with you guys sooner or later, but you guys are doing impressively well. So shout out to Namibians for that. Well, this one also says beautiful. Proper planning is needed to sustain this vision. It requires transparency and efficiency in management and funding. Well, that's so true, though. We all know how African leaders can actually brag, but later they will have no better plans and any funding, just speaking out because it was part of her campaign for winning power. So yeah, she actually said that. But hopefully there's something actually in for that. Okay, so this one also says education and healthcare shouldn't be expensive to people. Congratulations, Namibia. Well, that's so true though. Being able to acquire knowledge and also being able to acquire health is something that it should actually be a human standard. It should be our fundamental human right. But hey, guess what? Africa is actually mostly, or most African countries are actually declining or undermining those areas. Hopefully, things can change for the better in the next few years to come. Okay, Namibia have taken a bold step here, and I'll say big congratulations to them. So this is it. So it says Namibia's first president announced free higher education. Yeah, that is this one. Is Namibia to offer free university and vocational education in 2026. Well, now let's actually dive inside and see how this whole issue is going to happen. Okay, so shared by the graphic online, it says Namibia's president announces free university education from 2026. Says fees have fallen. Okay, so this it says Nandi said that students will pay no registration or tuition fees at all public universities and technical colleges. However, she said there would not be significant extra funding, raising questions about the scheme's feasibility. Nandi said free university education would be phased in gradually, and that the only contribution as families and students for now will be towards accommodation and other related costs. Okay, so this is the issue. So it's actually saying that there will be no registration for tuition and then student registration to pay. Okay, there's nothing to pay about that. But here's the thing: it says there's no significant extra funding for these costs, but they are saying that the contribution towards the free universities and higher education will be gradually. But for now, students can actually be paying for accommodation and then some other related costs, but only registration fee and tuition fee is what the government is taking for now. But it will be gradually processed until the whole thing turns out to be free. But there have been not actually a main funding or extra funding for this initiative. Well, hopefully she actually have a plan though, because this is serious. This can actually leave a big mark on the country's economy if it have no backing or any extra fund for it. Okay, hope it's not just any campaign promises that she's trying to fulfill, which can actually hurt the economy if it has no proper planning and any extra funding for that. So hopefully the president have backup for that. Again, he says, we have heard your cries. The fees have fallen. She said, a reference to previous demands by university students in Namibia, as well as neighboring South Africa. She said the money would come from the subsidies already given to some of the country's public universities and the money allocated to the Student Financial Assistance Fund. If you are going to add, we are not going to add a significant amount of funds, she said. Primary and secondary education is already free in all the country's public schools. Okay, so that's what she's saying though. She's saying that they actually have a plan though, but hopefully it works. And they are saying that the primary and the secondary education is already free in the country. They are planning to add the vocational schools and then the university. That is mainly, note this though, the public ones though, it's going to be free for all students. But for now, it's going to be, they are going to pay for tuition fee and then registration fee, but students can for now pay for accommodation and other related fees until further notice. But they are on gradually to turn the whole thing into free education. for the year 2026. So that is a bold move made by the Namibian new president, and how far the Namibian South African country are doing about this. So the big congratulations to Namibia for now. Say that little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Hopefully from this one it can get to bigger and better for the good people of Namibia also. So big congratulations to my African people, and happy this is happening in your way. Thank you for your time. See you guys around.